superfood powder is poisoning you, and the companies selling it know exactly what they're doing. That green powder you mix every morning contains heavy metals, banned substances, and contaminated ingredients, things linked to neurological damage, cancer, and reproductive harm. But here in the US, they're perfectly legal to sell. In the next 20 minutes, I'm going to expose exactly which 7 superfood powders you need to avoid and why. I'll show you what's really in them, what independent testing revealed, and most importantly, what you should be buying instead. By the end of this, you'll never trust a green powder label again. 7. Amazing Grass Green Superfood. The bright green tub with earthy branding. Amazing Grass has been marketed as farm-fresh superfoods since 2002. Health-conscious millennials and wellness influencers trust it as convenient nutrition. Open the container and notice the smell. Intensely grassy, almost hay-like, with artificial sweetness underneath. The powder is vivid, unnaturally bright green. Mix it with water and it doesn't dissolve. It creates a gritty, swampy suspension that separates within seconds. Take a sip. Overwhelmingly sweet despite being unsweetened, followed by intense bitterness and chalky texture coating your mouth. The aftertaste lingers. Earthy, artificial, medicinal. Here's what the superfood label doesn't emphasize. Amazing Grass adds natural flavors, a catch-all term that can include dozens of undisclosed compounds. The ingredient list shows over 30 ingredients in proprietary blends with undisclosed ratios. The Clean Label Project tested Amazing Grass products in 2018. Multiple products showed detectable levels of heavy metals, including lead and cadmium, not at levels triggering immediate regulatory action, but at levels that raise questions when you consider daily consumption. Amazing Grass is now owned by Glanbia, the same $4 billion corporation that owns Optimum Nutrition. They have the resources to implement rigorous testing and publish transparent results. Amazing Grass's response to the Clean Label Project findings? Nothing. No public rebuttal, no independent testing published, no transparency initiative, just continued marketing of farm-fresh imagery while contamination questions remained unanswered. For health-conscious professionals drinking Amazing Grass daily thinking they're getting clean nutrition, the heavy metal findings deserve awareness. For pregnant women who chose Amazing Grass for wellness, heavy metal accumulation is exactly what prenatal guidelines warn against. Farm-fresh branding marketed. Heavy metals and proprietary blends delivered. The question is whether bright green packaging should outweigh independent testing results. Number 6. Athletic Greens AG1. The luxury superfood powder with celebrity endorsements and aggressive podcast advertising. Athletic Greens charges $99 per month for a 30-day supply. That's $3.30 per serving, the most expensive green powder on the market. Open the travel packs and notice the smell. Artificial pineapple vanilla trying to mask bitter greens. The powder is pale green. Mix it with water and it dissolves smoothly, creating slightly frothy liquid. Take a sip. Intensely sweet with pineapple flavor dominating everything. It doesn't taste like vegetables. It tastes like dessert pretending to be healthy. Here's what the $99 per month doesn't get you. Transparency. Athletic Greens uses proprietary blends for almost everything. The label shows alkaline, nutrient-dense, raw superfood complex containing 7,388 milligrams of ingredients. But the ratio of each ingredient? Undisclosed. That 7,388 milligrams could be 90% cheap ingredients like spirulina and lecithin with trace amounts of expensive superfoods. Without disclosed ratios, you're trusting Athletic Greens to formulate honestly and paying premium prices for that trust. The sweetness comes from stevia and monk fruit extract, both highly processed. The texture comes from xanthan gum, guar gum, and lecithin, 3 different thickeners in a product marketed as superfood. Athletic Greens has never published independent third-party testing results for heavy metals, pesticides, or contaminants. They mention NSF certification for sport, but that primarily tests for banned athletic substances, not heavy metals or pesticides. For consumers paying $99 per month, the lack of published testing is notable. For busy professionals drinking AG1 daily as meal replacement, the proprietary blends mean you don't know what you're consuming. For anyone comparing cost, $3.30 per serving buys significant fresh vegetables with complete transparency. Premium pricing marketed. Proprietary blends with undisclosed ratios delivered. The question is whether celebrity endorsements justify complete lack of ingredient transparency. Number 5. Garden of Life Raw Organic Perfect Food Green Superfood USDA Organic Certified. Raw, non-GMO, verified. Every wellness certification displayed prominently. Garden of Life built its reputation on clean, certified nutrition. Open the container and smell it. Intensely grassy, earthy, with fermented undertone from the live probiotics. Mix it with water and it creates thick, gritty suspension with visible chunks floating. Taste it. Overwhelmingly bitter with earthy, almost muddy flavor. The stevia sweetness tries to mask it, but fails. The aftertaste is intensely bitter, lingering long after you swallow. Here's what organic certification doesn't prevent: contamination from soil. Heavy metals like lead, cadmium, and arsenic occur naturally in soil. Organic farming doesn't eliminate heavy metals. Organic plants absorb those metals just as readily as conventional plants. The Clean Label Project tested Garden of Life products extensively. Multiple products showed detectable levels of heavy metals. Lead and cadmium appeared in testing, raising questions about soil sourcing. Garden of Life's response: emphasis on regulatory compliance with no published independent testing to counter the results. No transparency about soil testing or geographic sourcing. The probiotics Garden of Life adds face another question. Probiotics require specific storage conditions, mixed into room temperature powder and exposed to air repeatedly. Probiotic viability degrades significantly. Independent testing has shown many probiotic supplements contain far fewer live organisms than labels claim. For health-conscious consumers specifically choosing organic for purity, the heavy metal findings contradict the clean marketing. For people paying premium prices, organic certification covers farming practices, not finished product contamination. For anyone drinking Garden of Life daily for probiotics, the viability question deserves consideration. Organic certification marketed, heavy metals detected, and questionable probiotic viability delivered. The question is whether certification logos replace contamination testing. Drop a comment if you've been trusting organic labels thinking they guarantee purity. Number 4. Orgain Organic Superfoods. Orgain built its brand on founder Dr. Andrew Abraham's personal health journey. A medical doctor who used nutrition during cancer recovery created Orgain as clean, doctor-formulated nutrition. Open the container and notice the smell. Artificial berry or vanilla masking underlying grassiness. Mix it with water and it dissolves smoothly. Take a sip. Sweet, fruity, with mild grassiness underneath. The sweetness is intense from stevia and monk fruit combined. Then 2016 changed everything. Nestlé Health Science acquired Orgain. The small doctor-founded company became part of a multinational corporation worth over $90 billion. The founder's story remained in marketing. Packaging maintains independent, health-focused branding, but actual ownership. Nestlé, a company that's faced decades of criticism for marketing practices and prioritizing profit over health. After the acquisition, formula changes occurred. Long-time users reported altered taste and texture. Ingredient orders shifted on labels. Customer reviews noted digestive issues that hadn't occurred with pre-Nestlé formulations. Orgain's response: minimal acknowledgement. Marketing continues emphasizing the founder's story without prominently disclosing Nestlé ownership. For consumers choosing Orgain because of the founder's health journey, Nestlé ownership fundamentally changes the equation. For families buying bulk quantities, trusting doctor-formulated quality, corporate ownership deserves awareness. Doctor-founded origin story marketed, Nestlé ownership and formula changes delivered. The question is whether personal health narratives should obscure corporate acquisitions. Number 3. Vital Proteins Collagen Peptides. The pale blue tub with minimalist branding. Vital Proteins exploded in popularity around 2016, driven by celebrity endorsements. Jennifer Aniston became Chief Creative Officer in 2016. Premium pricing, $43 for 20 ounces, created perception of luxury nutrition. Open the container and notice barely any scent, slightly meaty or beefy undertone. Mix it with coffee and it dissolves almost completely. Taste it, nearly flavorless with slight savory note. Here's what the superfood marketing doesn't emphasize. Collagen is not a complete protein. It lacks tryptophan, an essential amino acid. Nutritionally, collagen is inferior to whey or complete plant proteins. The beautifying claims: better skin, stronger nails, healthier hair, face significant scientific scrutiny. Multiple systematic reviews have found limited evidence supporting oral collagen for skin health. Studies showing benefits are often funded by collagen manufacturers. Your body breaks down ingested collagen into amino acids during digestion. There's no guarantee those amino acids preferentially rebuild skin collagen. The marketed pathway oversimplifies complex protein metabolism. Then 2020 happened. Nestle acquired Vital Proteins. The celebrity-endorsed brand became owned by the same corporation that owns Orgain. Jennifer Aniston remains the public face, but Nestle controls formulation and sourcing. The collagen sourcing raises questions. Limited transparency, no specific farms named, no geographic origins disclosed, just bovine collagen peptides from grass-fed, pasture-raised cows. Consumer lab testing in 2020 found some collagen supplements contain detectable cadmium. Collagen from animal sources can accumulate heavy metals from animal feed and environmental exposure. Vital Proteins has never published independent third-party testing results for heavy metals or contaminants. For consumers paying $43 trusting Jennifer Aniston's endorsement, the scientific evidence doesn't strongly support beautifying claims. For health-conscious professionals drinking collagen daily, systematic reviews suggest limited benefits. For anyone assuming premium price means tested purity, the lack of published testing is notable. Celebrity-endorsed superfood marketed, Nestle ownership, incomplete protein, and limited scientific evidence delivered. The question is whether Instagram marketing should outweigh nutritional science. Hit subscribe so you never fall for celebrity endorsements without checking the science. Number 2. Sun Warrior Blend Organic Protein. The ancient warrior imagery. Sun Warrior positions itself as plant-based superfood protein for conscious consumers. Vegan athletes and plant-based dieters trust Sun Warrior as ethical protein. Premium pricing. $40 to $50 per container. Open the container and notice the smell. Earthy pea protein with artificial vanilla or chocolate, trying to mask bitterness. Mix it with water and watch it dissolve inconsistently. Even with vigorous shaking, grittiness remains. Take a sip. Artificial sweetness from stevia, followed by earthy, slightly bitter plant protein flavor. The mouthfeel is drying, leaving chalkiness on your tongue. Here's what the superfood marketing doesn't disclose. The Clean Label Project tested Sun Warrior products extensively. Multiple products showed detectable levels of heavy metals, including lead and cadmium. Plant proteins, especially pea, rice, and hemp, are particularly susceptible to heavy metal uptake because plants absorb metals from soil during growth. Organic certification doesn't prevent this. The Clean Label Project findings showed plant-based proteins had, on average, higher heavy metal levels than whey proteins. Pea protein and rice protein, Sun Warrior's primary sources, were among the most affected. Sun Warrior's response: a brief statement emphasizing regulatory compliance. No independent testing published. No transparency about soil testing or sourcing protocols. The protein blend, pea, hemp, goji berry, coconut, sounds appealing but raises bioavailability questions. Sun Warrior doesn't disclose the exact ratios. The proprietary blend means consumers can't verify the amino acid profile or calculate actual bioavailable protein. For vegan athletes choosing plant protein for ethical reasons, the heavy metal findings deserve serious consideration. For pregnant women who chose Sun Warrior thinking organic meant clean, heavy metal accumulation is what prenatal guidelines warn against. Ancient Warrior branding marketed, heavy metals in plant protein, and undisclosed ratios delivered. The question is whether organic certification replaces contamination testing. Number 1. Herbalife Formula 1 Nutritional Shake Mix, the green and white canister that's been controversial for decades. Herbalife built a multi-billion-dollar empire on multi-level marketing. Distributors aren't nutritionists. They're salespeople motivated by commission, marketing Formula 1 as superfood meal replacement. The business model itself raises immediate concerns. Multi-level marketing means distributors earn more from recruitment than product sales. The FTC investigated Herbalife extensively, resulting in a $200 million settlement in 2016 for deceptive business practices. Open a canister and notice the smell: artificial vanilla or chocolate, intensely sweet and chemical. Mix it with water and it dissolves smoothly, perhaps too smoothly. Take a sip. Overwhelmingly sweet with chalky, artificial taste. Here's what the superfood marketing doesn't emphasize. Soy protein isolate is the primary protein source, heavily processed and significantly cheaper than whey. While soy can be nutritious in whole foods, soy protein isolate is stripped of beneficial compounds. The second ingredient is fructose, fruit sugar that can spike blood sugar. A product marketed for weight loss and blood sugar control contains fructose as the second ingredient. The sweetness comes from fructose combined with acesulfame potassium and sucralose, real sugar plus 2 artificial sweeteners in the same product marketed as healthy meal replacement. Independent nutritionist analyses of Formula One have questioned whether it provides superior nutrition compared to whole foods. For the $40 to $60 per canister price, consumers could purchase fresh vegetables, fruits, and lean proteins with complete transparency. But the most concerning aspect is the business model, creating conflicts of interest. Distributors earn money by selling more product and recruiting more sellers. This incentivizes overselling, exaggerating benefits, and targeting vulnerable populations. Documented cases exist of Herbalife distributors targeting immigrant communities, low-income families, and people desperate for weight loss solutions. The pitch emphasizes financial opportunity and health transformation, while independent reviews show modest results at best. For consumers approached by Herbalife distributors, the FTC settlement and business model deserve serious consideration. For anyone paying $50 per canister, independent analysis suggests Whole Foods provide better value. For people recruited as distributors, the vast majority of Herbalife participants lose money according to company income disclosures. Superfood meal replacement marketed, MLM business model, FTC settlement, soy isolate, and fructose delivered. The question is whether a $200 million FTC settlement should affect your purchasing decision. Go check your supplement cabinet right now. If you've got Amazing Grass, Athletic Greens, Garden of Life, Orgain, Vital Proteins, Sun Warrior, or Herbalife, look up the Clean Label Project findings yourself. Research the corporate ownership. Examine the actual ingredient lists. Once you see the evidence, many people choose not to repurchase, but clean superfood nutrition does exist. Brands with transparent testing and simple ingredient lists are available. Safe pick number 1, Kagid Muscle Clean Meal, founded by Chris Gethin, a bodybuilder and nutritionist who researched contamination in supplements and created Kaged specifically to address purity concerns. Clean Meal is marketed as whole food meal replacement with complete transparency. Open the container and smell it. Real food scent. Oats, sweet potato, coconut, with mild vanilla. No artificial chemical smell. Mix it with water and notice the texture. It's not perfectly smooth. It has body. Natural grittiness from actual whole foods. Taste it. Mild, natural sweetness from coconut sugar and stevia. You can taste oats, sweet potato, real ingredients. No overwhelming artificial sweetness. The ingredient list. Organic oats, organic sweet potato, coconut oil, pea protein, chia seeds, flaxseed, coconut sugar, natural flavors, stevia. Real whole foods you can identify. Kaged publishes third-party testing results showing no detectable heavy metals, pesticides, or contaminants. The actual lab reports are available on their website with batch codes. They're NSF certified, which includes heavy metal testing. Yes, it costs more than Amazing Grass or Orgain, roughly $2.50 per serving versus $1.50 for question brands. But you're paying for verified clean nutrition with published testing and whole food ingredients. For busy professionals wanting convenient nutrition without proprietary blends, the ingredient transparency provides clarity. For health-conscious consumers tired of celebrity marketing, published testing results offer verification. No MLM business model, no Nestlé ownership, no heavy metal findings, just tested, transparent, whole food nutrition. Safe. Pick number 2, Kachava Tribal Superfood. Kachava built its brand on radical transparency and comprehensive nutrition. The ingredient list contains over 70 superfoods, but unlike Athletic Greens, Kachava discloses every ingredient amount. No proprietary blends. Open the container and smell it. Complex earthy scent. Cacao, maca, greens, berries. Real food ingredients create layered aroma. Mix it with water and it creates thick, substantial texture with slight graininess from whole food ingredients. Taste it. Rich, complex flavor with natural sweetness from monk fruit and coconut. You can taste cacao, berries, greens, multiple flavor notes. No single overpowering artificial sweetness. The ingredient list: pea protein, brown rice protein, sacha inchi, chia, quinoa, amaranth, cacao, maca, berries, greens, adaptogens, probiotics, digestive enzymes, vitamins, minerals. Over 70 ingredients with exact amounts disclosed for every single one. That transparency is revolutionary. You can calculate the actual nutrition you're receiving. You can verify the superfood amounts aren't just trace levels for marketing. Kochava publishes comprehensive third-party testing results. Heavy metals tested and published. Pesticide screening results available. Microbial contamination testing documented. The actual lab reports accessible on their website. Yes, Kochava is expensive. $4.75 per serving at full price. Though subscription reduces cost to $3.89. That's more than Athletic Greens' $3.30. But you're getting complete ingredient disclosure versus proprietary blends, comprehensive published testing versus marketing claims, and whole food nutrition versus processed isolates. For consumers exhausted by proprietary blends, complete transparency provides trust. For anyone wanting comprehensive nutrition without heavy metal concerns, published testing delivers verification. For health-conscious professionals willing to invest in tested quality, Kochava proves superfood claims can be backed by evidence. No celebrity endorsements hiding corporate ownership. No MLM business model. No heavy metal findings. Just comprehensive nutrition with radical transparency and verified purity. And there you have it. From heavy metal findings in organic certified products to Nestle acquisitions hiding behind founder stories to MLM business models with FTC settlements, we've exposed what independent testing, corporate ownership, and legal proceedings reveal about the superfood powders millions trust. The supplement industry spent decades convincing consumers that bright packaging, celebrity endorsements, and superfood buzzwords mean quality. They normalized proprietary blends, corporate acquisitions, and contamination while charging premium prices and responding to independent testing with silence. But clean superfood nutrition exists. Brands that publish actual third-party lab reports, disclose every ingredient amount, and source transparently are available. They cost more because comprehensive testing, whole food sourcing, and radical transparency cost more. That's the real price of knowing what you're consuming. Small choices compound over time. The superfood powder you choose this month becomes the powder you consume daily for years. Those daily choices accumulate in your cells, your gut, your organs. If this opened your eyes, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. More supplement industry investigations coming soon. Thanks for watching. Stay sharp, stay healthy, and question every superfood claim.